Estimating expected fire behavior using the FBP system requires some discipline and skill. But like other skills, learning and practice can make it seem simple. You are expected to base all fire line actions on current and expected behavior of the fire. Fire behavior estimates include spread rates, flame length, and potential for extreme fire behavior, whether you produce them subjectively or follow an objective process like this. We will follow through from the input lessons you listened to earlier for fuel moisture, fuel type, wind and slope, showing how the fire behavior estimates can be made from them. And this lesson will encourage you to document your estimates on the assessment worksheet so that you have it handy for briefings and later documentation. Make sure that someone on your crew has a copy of this field guide when you take your assignment and that they know how to use it. Use recent fires to practice on so that you're familiar with the process when you need it. The lessons included in this course can help you develop skill and confidence when you need to use it. Remember the input lessons that you viewed earlier? If you've not viewed them, consider doing so now. You need to estimate the FFMC and BUI to represent fuel moisture conditions on your fire ground. You need to identify the fuel types that burned in your fire and that remain unburned around it. And you need to monitor changes in wind speed and slope so that you can update the ISI used in your fire behavior estimates. If you are using the worksheet, these inputs will already be in hand. Your assessment of FFMC and BUI would already be recorded there. The fuel types you're concerned about would show up there as well. And getting the effective wind speed right so that you have the best ISI and BISI for input is a process that would be documented here. Once you have an ISI or BISI and a BUI from your inputs, you can use these fire behavior tables to estimate expected fire behavior. The spread rate in chains per hour is the number in the intersecting cell. Conversion factors to feet per minute or miles per hour are found at the top. The flame length, a range generally, comes from the color that the intersecting cell has as a background. Note the reference table at the top to help you interpret that value. And the way the number is printed represents one of three classes of fire behavior: surface in black, torching in underlined italics, and active crown fire in bold white print. From the fire behavior table, you will want to note your estimated fire behavior on the worksheet. The fire behavior section is here in the worksheet. Note that there are two spread rates, one for head fire and another for backing fire spread. There is a place for noting expected flame length. It can help with questions of control difficulty. And another for noting the fire description that may help you paint a picture for those you're briefing. Let's look at an example. In your fire situation, you have selected C2 boreal spruce as your representative fuel type. You have estimated an ISI of 10, a backing ISI of 2, and a buildup index of 110 for your fire situation. Find your ISI, BISI, and BUI on the C2 table as I've shown here. Expected fire behavior is where the rows and columns intersect. The head fire rate of spread is 45 chains per hour. And the backing fire spread rate is 5 chains per hour. Using the same intersecting cells, you can conclude a range of flame lengths from the background colors found there. The headfire flame lengths with the red background are above 18 feet. And the backing flame lengths with a white background are 4 to 8 feet, probably closer to 8. Again, using the same intersecting cells, you can predict the type of fire you expect. For headfire, the bold white print suggests active crown fire. And for backing fire, the regular print suggests that it will be a surface fire. These estimates of fire behavior correspond to an intensity class that can be related to the fire descriptions or ranks shown on this chart. They can help you determine what additional resources you might need. In your briefings, you can paint a better picture of what firefighters should expect. And you should incorporate these findings into your conclusions about your suppression action plan and whether you have enough time to implement it. The field guide includes a crude table for estimating maximum spotting distance. You may find it useful. Your orders include preparing an estimate of expected fire behavior. The FBP tools in your field guide can help you with that. Follow the process outlined in the Fire Behavior Assessment Worksheet. It calls for you to describe your daily situation, localize your inputs, including the FFMC, the BUI, the fuel type, and the initial spread index. And then use the fire behavior tables to guide your estimate of spread rates, flame lengths, and potential for extreme fire behavior. Now that you've viewed all of the FBP lessons, consider going back and reviewing those that you're least confident of, and continue to practice making assessments for fires you remember and fires you're assigned to. Thank you.